trainers, travelers, and battlers. Jay Devin back at it again. Welcome to another video. We're going to be doing some Kingdom Cup practice battles. Things have gone well with us so far with our choices and the Pokemon that we've chosen to go in with. We are kind of undefeated. Now, I got to stay humble because I don't want to go into the Kingdom Cup tournament that we have and end up getting stomped by some people because I get too cocky. So keep our heads straight with this. We made one change. We took out Frostlass for Charizard. Charizard actually has a good place in this meta with Dragon Claw, Fire Spin, and Blast Burn. Blast Burn is just Blast Burn. It destroys. With Fire Spin against a Lucario, while he resists Lucario, is too good to pass up. Also, Dragon Claw really scares Altaria as well as Flygon. So he opens up with the Charizard. I open up with the Alolan Marowak. I was hoping, I knew that was going to be a Dragon Claw, but I was hoping I could bait out a shield, even though I charged up enough for Shadow Ball, but he didn't take the bait. So that didn't work so well. Next time, I think I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. But we decided to charge up a bit to see if we can possibly bait another shield. Turns out that wasn't the best idea, but he doesn't block it, so he's still really low in health at this point because Charizard is still kind of flaky. We come out with the Lapras, Water Gun him out of the sky, Charizard down, there you go. We're getting the Surf off on this Alolan Marowak. He is going to have to use a shield on that one. So far the matchup and everything is looking good for me. It feels like I've won already just with the choices that I made in the Pokemon that I went in with. Now, Alolan Marowak is still a really great choice for this meta so far, in my opinion. I've tested it out a lot and I really like it. We went in for the Dragon Pulse, but he was smart with that. I think he saw something like that coming, so ended up saving a shield for it, and that helped him last a little longer. But here's where Charizard comes in. We're able to get off a Dragon Claw, which does a good amount of damage. I saved a shield as well because I knew it was going to get down to the wire with Charizard. When I run Charizard, here's the tip. When you run Charizard, you'll want to be a little conservative with your shields. But we ended up taking the W. We were smart with saving our shields, and we just had the better matchup. So we're going in for round 2 here. I don't know exactly what I want to switch up, but I feel like I want to switch something up. So I decided to go in with Lucario, Bastiodon, and then your boy Flygon because he's awesome. Jibs here. I decided to step up my game a little bit because I felt like some of the people I've been battling and practicing with haven't really, it's not that they're not skilled or they're not great players in PvP. I just don't feel like their teams were that well put together, and they're just not quite as experienced, and they're not as much as into PvP as I am, I guess. So decided to go up against Jibs to see if I can still remain undefeated. The Altaria is doing some good work, obviously, against the Lucario, but as you've seen in one of the previous videos, Lucario is pretty much going to be an even matchup against Altaria when you have the power-up punch boost. Took him down. Flygon's going to take us out easy. We were so low on health at that point it didn't matter anyway. We're able to get to the Dragon Claw super quick. I don't know why he didn't shield it. Maybe he wasn't paying attention, but he let it go through, and that's pretty much going to win it for us at this point because this Melmetal is gonzo. It's done. Melmetal's a good choice, but if it's going up against Flygon, that's going to be very bad news. That's not what you want to have happen. That's literally, I'm pretty sure that is literally the worst matchup for Melmetal, especially in this meta. And that's why I don't really run a Melmetal. Actually, I don't even have one in Great League. I don't think so, but I just feel like Melmetal is one of those specialist Pokemon where he can either be really, really good or really, really bad. And that's, Charizard's kind of the same way, but Charizard has more use in this meta because of other Pokemon such as Lucario, Altaria, as well as Flygon. So he has a little bit more viability and use. Melmetal, I feel like not so much, especially in the Kingdom Cup here. So we're waiting to go back in. I decided that I wanted to do another best of 3 because, I don't know, we just want to get into some more practice battles to, test out our team composition and our decisions, make sure we're as prepared as we can possibly be for the Kingdom Cup tournament, because I for sure want to be going for first place, especially with regionals coming up soon. I don't know if you guys saw that announcement or not. If you didn't, go ahead and check it out. I'm sure you can see it through the link below. If not, I would just search it. But the regional is going to be happening very soon. Now, matchup against the Flygon, he's able to get to the Dragon Claw so quick. He's putting in some damage against Charizard here, but I decided to invest in the decision I made by using his shield to get to another Dragon Claw. It made sense at that point. I knew that was going to be a Dragon Claw, so I really wasn't too worried. Not that I could have done much anyway, because I didn't have any shields left. I decided to go for the power-up punch. That was definitely the wrong decision at that time. I should have just gone for the Shadow Ball. If I don't, there's another tip for you. If you don't know what's coming out next and you have something charged up with Lucario, if you have both moves for power-up punch and Shadow Ball, just go for the Shadow Ball. I feel like it's definitely going to be safer in more situations. So the Dragonair was kind of scary. Wasn't able to do much though against the Bastiodon. Even with Aqua Tail, it's super effective, but it doesn't really do that much damage. Realistically, it just doesn't. So we were able to take him out. Now we're going in for battle 2, I guess, of round 2. And I decided, you know what, he really doesn't like Lucario. I feel like he's kind of getting sick of Lucario, because this battle ended up going very differently. So he opens up with Dragonair. I open up with Marowak. That's not good news, because Aqua Tail will destroy Marowak, but I made kind of a risky decision. I made a judgment call here. I decided to just go in with Charizard despite the Aqua Tail. I knew I could tank one, and I knew I could get off a Dragon Claw. So that ended up not going over so well for me, but it still worked out because we were able to take the Dragonair out without taking too much damage to the Lucario. Then out comes Marowak, and here's another tip, I guess, what you can learn from this. Don't use Power-Up Punch against an Alolan Marowak. Was not a good decision. I even had the Shadow Ball, and I went for the Power-Up Punch anyway. I mean, really, I was trying to conserve energy to see if there's more that I could do against this Marowak, because he had shields left, and I didn't want all my energy to go to waste, and Power-Up Punch is going to, it's Power-Up Punch. It's going to power me up, but it didn't work out, obviously. You can see he takes us out with the Shadow Ball, destroys our Alolan Marowak, and we took a hard L on that one. So we lost that battle, didn't make good decisions, mistakes were made, and we ended up taking the L. So I want to go in with Lapras again this time, because I've seen him use Charizard as well as Alolan Marowak. I'm hoping he's going to go in with them again so Lapras can eat him for lunch. But, we'll just have to see how the battle turns out. But as far as the 2 matches that we did for these practice battles with me and Jibs here, this is going to be the final, essentially. So it's, 2 matches, best of 3. If you want to turn it into a tournament, there would be 3 matches, but I guess I won the best of 3 matches. I don't know, whatever. So he opens up with the Legacy Magneton, which nobody's used against me so far in practicing for the Kingdom Cup. So it kind of took me off guard, especially since I opened up with Lapras. So I just kept it in there for a second. And then I decided to switch into the Flygon when I knew he was going to get closer to his discharge. And Registeel too. What? Registeel? That's cool, but I have a Flygon. I'm not sure why he went in with Registeel. Probably should have used the Lapras since he had it, but hey, it is what it is. Might not have been paying attention. Who knows? His Lapras does have Ice Shard, from what you can see, so he's going to get to his Surfs, and I don't know if he has another move. If he has Ice Beam, then he'll get to that faster as well. So I decide, Water Gun and Dragon Pulse Surf Lapras wins this matchup, but he 100% has the health advantage over me, but I don't want to be wasting my shield anyway, so I decide to just keep Water Gunning. I'll take the hits from him, and I'll do as much damage as I can while I'm still in there. Then I go in with the Alolan Marowak. I knew I could tank this Surf. I did tank it, so this is where it became GG's, because he didn't have any shields left, and Alolan Marowak is going to get to that Shadow Ball pretty quick while tanking the Surf. But that's pretty much it for the battles. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a thing or two to get ready for the Kingdom Cup. I wonder what's next. So far we've had the Boulder Cup, we've had the Twilight Cup, the Tempest Cup, and now this Kingdom Cup. There are a lot of types that have really yet to be used or featured in cups, such as grass, water. I don't think we've seen water as a typing in a cup. So that's something, you know, I'm really thinking about and I'm kind of preparing for. I hope you guys are preparing for that too. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.